Hi everyone, welcome to my latest video review. Surprise, I'm actually doing another review so fast. Um, so I was kind of looking around and thinking of what to do a review on, and I realized I got these Gingaman figures with the Lights of Orion armor on them. So I thought, why not? And I do apologize, like it's been a while since I've seen Lost Galaxy or Gingaman. So if I get some of the names wrong, please bear with me. Um, if you guys aren't aware, so these are the figures that were released by Bandai in 1998 for Gingaman. So these figures are pretty neat. It came with removable armor for Lights of Orion, and it came with these cannons that were featured in the show. And so let's get started here. So I'm actually going to show you guys the cannons first since I have it up front here. So you can have the cannon like in two modes. You can have it like this, where it's long like this, or you can even like have it in the retractable form. So there's like two tabs here. There's one further away if you want the cannon pieces to be pulled out, or you can remove it like so and put it closer. So you have it in the closed formation like so. Is what it looks like, and it's not very sturdy. It will kind of like move around, like as you can see, it's not very sturdy. That's what it would look like if you were to do that. So that's what it looks like. And again, I do apologize. I cannot, for the life of me, remember the official names for them. So to put them back. Let me show you all the different ones. That's yellow. Yellow on white looks really bad because you can barely see it there, especially when it's like a very light yellow. That's blue. Here's red. And take note that these here are stickers, so you do have to self-apply them. And this is green over here. Oops, sorry, I went too far there. So take a look. So these are what the figures look like. So I'll show you up close. Pink does not actually come with a skirt. I just need my figures to look show accurate, or else it bugs me. So like, yeah, so let me show you. So this is pink. And something interesting to note, something I actually noticed when I was playing around with these figures, are that the Power Rangers in Space figures were actually based off of these. Not exactly these figures, but they did use the same molding. They just modified it for the Power Rangers line. And I'll show you a comparison so you guys know what I mean. And this is yellow. Again, like this sticker here, you had to apply it on there, and also this sticker right there for all 5 of them. Like the armor doesn't have any like detailing on it. It does have it molded on, so if you are a good painter and you like customizations and stuff, then go for it. So this is Ginga Yellow. This one is the most amusing to me because our Power Rangers Yellow Galaxy Ranger was a female, so it's pretty interesting seeing it in a male like form. And here's blue. Later I'll show you all the armor off so you guys can see what the figures look like. I'll show you a quick Lost Galaxy figure comparison as well. And here's red. And finally, here's green. As you can tell, some of the figures, the joints are a little bit loose. What it looks like, and their holster. It's actually pretty huge compared to the one from the show. So Yeah, that's what it looks like, and that's his claw there. So there you have it. So that's the those are the figures there. They're pretty neat if you ask me, because like especially the claw has a lot of detailing on it. We get the alternate Quasar saber. And let me actually show. And they actually did color in the green gem here. Oops, I'm doing it a bit too far there. I'm surprised that they didn't color in the V right there, or the armor doesn't have like the detailing on it. But hey, at least they tried. So you take off the armor and I'll show you what the figures look like without it. And with these figures, let me remove it. With these figures, let me actually put that there. The silver part does tend to come off. If it does, no big deal. You have a little tab there, you align it with the hole there, and you put it on. When it happened the first time, I got very nervous because I didn't know, and I was like, oh crap, I broke it. Knowing how rare these figures are, the last thing you want to do is break them. And that's what the Quasar Saber looks like. It's like a metallic, like plastic, like a chrome plastic. Oops. And for these pieces here, you do have a little tab right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. A little hole there, and there's the little tab here. So you just fit it in so that the little armor stays on. Bear with me, I'm just trying to take these off here. I can show you guys what the figures look like without the armor. And for this one here, the belt buckle, I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little bit raised. So and there's a little like groove in here. Oops. Sorry, I'm just like covering everything. Let me actually show it to you properly. There's a little groove here. And the groove fits in really well where the belt buckle is. So let me remove that so I can show it to you. This is what pink looks like. Again, pink does not come with a skirt. I just need my figures to look show accurate. If anything, let me see if I can find it. Oops, I apologize for the sound there. A really old Power Rangers in Space Pink Ranger. This is what it looks like without a skirt. So it's pretty much like this. See, it's not like much there. And here's pink. And for her articulation, you can move her arm up, down. There's like a joint there where you can move it around like 360. Even has the elbow joint up and down. Even the helmet, you can move it all around. And even the leg, you can move it up and down. Again, you don't have a skirt hindering it. It's just because I have a skirt on here. Even the boot, you can move it 360. And then up and down. That's pink right there. And I'll show you guys yellow. It is kind of time consuming, so you do have to have patience with these figures when you're removing the armor and putting it back on. So here's yellow. So the yellow that they used for Gingaman, it is actually considerably darker. Bandai America likes to go for lighter shades, so this is what it looks like. So same kind of articulation as pink, so the head. The arm, you can move it up and down, and there is a little articulation here where you can move the arm all around. Or the elbow joint, you can move it up and down. Move the leg, you can move it up, and just that. You can't like twist the boot at all. That's as far as it goes. It's yellow. And here's blue. I'm not gonna go through with all the articulation because for the males, the articulation is the same. I actually have these displayed with all the armor on because it looks really cool. It's gonna be really fun putting it back on again. Oh yeah, and if you want the swords in the holster, you can even have it in the holster here. Let me try to put it back in. Or put it in. This is what it would look like. It doesn't look too nice because it is closed off and it's a retractable sword in the show, so it doesn't look too nice. But yeah, that's what it would look like. And here's red. Please bear with me taking the armor off. It is a little bit time consuming. And also be careful when you're taking it off so you don't twist it or break it. So the armor is of a soft plastic, like it's a little bit flexible, so you want to be careful that you don't stretch it out too much. Here's red. One thing I don't like about red, I don't know if you can see on camera, the color kind of bleeds onto the white a little bit, and it's also on this boot here. It's hard to see on camera, but in person it's actually, there's like a slight pink shade going on there. That's the one thing I don't really care about the Red Ranger, or Ginga Red in this matter. And here's Ginga Green. Sorry there, I'm making a huge mess here with all the little armor pieces. I want to get it get this armor off as fast as possible so I can show you guys. And that's Ginga Green. So that's what they look like without all the armor on. That's what they look like. They look decent, but they look much better with the armor. So if you were to use these cannons, it's a little bit stiff. Let me try to. Guess the only way to really get them on properly is guessing. Yeah, so the only way to really get them on would be like this. I've never really displayed them at the cannon because it looks very awkward. I guess like that, or I'm trying to think of another way we could do this. Or let me see if we can move the arm. Or even like this. You can have the cannon on like this. Let me just. Yeah, the cannon is really awkward, so you can have it like that, or yeah, that's the only other way where you can really have it on, or up on their shoulders like this. Let me actually put them on all the Ranger figures. And for the weapons, it's like the old Bandai figures. You have these little tabs, you have to align the little holes to get them to hold the weapons properly. That's why it is kind of like annoying to put the weapon on, because you can't align it properly for it to fit. I just realized that they've actually put these cannons on while they had the armor, because I remember in the show they used it with the armor, so I do apologize for that. And sometimes they don't like standing. There we go. My favorite is blue and red, because the white and the metallic finish really goes together nicely with the blue and the red. That's what they look like with all the cannons on them. I'm pretty sure there's a much nicer and an easier way to pose with them, but to be honest, I never actually put these cannons on there. But That's what it would look like. I guess it would go kind of under the arm, like this. Because if I remember on the TV show, they kind of used it like this, but maybe I'm wrong because it's been a while since I've seen it. So there you have it, the Gingaman figures. Let's take a quick look and compare them to the Lost Galaxy figures. I actually have them right here. So this is, oops, it's actually off camera here. Oops. So that's pink. That's the Gingaman pink. And that's Lost Galaxy pink. I don't know why she's refusing to stand. So the Gingaman pink is actually closer to what Lost Galaxy pink actually, or Ginga pink, looks like on the show, versus Galaxy pink, because her visor was actually stretched out as an oval, like so. It wasn't like small like in Galaxy pink. And as you can tell, the pink is actually darker on Ginga pink versus Galaxy pink. So let me put her back and I'll show you. So yellow's gonna be an awkward one because yellow in Lost Galaxy was female, or is female. So let me show you. So that's our Ginga yellow. Here's Galaxy yellow. And the only reason I have a skirt on her is because I really love the Go Cager female version of it, of Ginga yellow, so I really dug that. As you can tell, the yellow is darker on Ginga yellow, and the helmet is actually quite different. So let me show you a close up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So, and if you guys can tell, but the triangle is more stretched out on Galaxy Yellow's helmet, and but the triangle on Ginga Yellow's helmet is smaller, and also the wolf's eyes, the red is more pronounced on Ginga Yellow versus Galaxy Yellow. So there you have it. So that's yellow and yellow. And let me show you blue. And one thing I've noticed too, and I'll show you to you on blue, is that the helmets are much more detailed and show accurate on the Gingaman figure. So that's Gingaman, the one I'm holding right now. So let me show you like a close-up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. You can see the detailing on the helmet, where the visor on Galaxy is a lot more smaller and looks like it's kind of squashed in. So that's blue. I'll show you red. That's Galaxy red, and this is Ginga red. As you can tell, Ginga red, the red shade is much more darker, and it's lighter on Galaxy red. And their helmets are actually not too bad. It's very identical. It's just the red is very dark. And finally, I'll show you green. So I'm putting the figures together closely so you can see like a brief comparison. And then here's Galaxy green. So one thing that does suck, even if you have both the Gingaman and Galaxy figures, you won't be able to use the trans daggers on the Gingaman figures. I don't know why this one's not standing. It's giving me issues. So let me see. There we go. Yeah, you won't be able to use the Galaxy weapons on the Gingaman figures only because of that annoying tab. So it's gonna hinder you from using any of the weapons without the tabs. So this is what it looks like. So the green is lighter on the Gingaman figure. I'm not the Gingaman figure, so the Galaxy figure. As you can tell, the helmets are quite different. Like the visor is a lot more rounded on the Gingaman figure. On the Galaxy figure, it's more pointed. That's what I've noticed. To be honest, I'm not sure which one is show accurate. I want to say Gingaman's more show accurate, but I could be wrong. So that's Gingaman and Lost Galaxy together, so that's what they look like. I'm much more of a fan of Yellow being female because I'm so used to 3 males and 2 females. Which one's your preference? I'm curious. You can write down the comments there. And as for me saying that they used the same molds for the Space Ranger figures, just a little bit altered, I'll actually show you a comparison. Here I have Space Blue. Let me bring out Ginga Blue. So I pretty much use the same kind of molding. Only difference is the chest. It's not as wide and it's not as fat. They kind of reduced the chest there, but overall, like the shaping of the arm, it's very similar. It's just smaller on the space figures, and even the legs here are pretty much the same. Let me see if I can show you like a. I don't know if you guys can really see. Oops, I'm actually going out of focus there. It's really hard to tell, but the molding they used was quite similar compared to Lost Galaxy. So they really did base it off of this. I do apologize for the coughs. I'm just recovering from a chest infection, but there you have it. So they look. It's hard to tell on video. It's very similar. It's just the space figures aren't as bulky, and they got rid of the extra articulation on the arm there. And I'll show you a comparison of Ginga Pink. Let me just adjust her light there. Here's Ginga Pink. Yeah, now she's giving me problems with standing. Let me see if I can get her properly. Whatever, I'm just gonna hold her. So here's Space Pink. Let me get rid of these so I can show you properly. Here's Space Pink, and here's Ginga Pink. She's actually standing, so that's good. It's kind of, I don't know if you guys can tell, especially on the feet there, pretty much the same, and even the arms are the same. Only difference is they got rid of this 360 articulation she has going on here. And also with the space figures, you couldn't move the arm up and down like that, especially with the females. And that's another thing the males had. You can move the arm up and down. Oops, actually took the arm off there. Okay, good. I went right back and I thought I broke it. Very stiff, some of these figures, so they are really old. You move it up and down. But Lost Galaxy figures and the space figures did not have that articulation. Put it back there. So there you have it. So those are the figures. And overall quality of the figures, they're very decent. Like, it's a cheap plastic. I'll give you that. And you can hear the creaks when you're kind of adjusting the figures. It's not as, the plastic is not as good quality as the Power Ranger figures. However, they have much more detailing on their helmets that it resembles the show more versus the Galaxy figures. And price points, I can't really give you a price point because these don't appear that often on eBay. I got lucky because the guy was selling all 5 of them for $100. It was cheap because the boxes were slightly damaged, so I jumped on them because I kind of wanted them for the longest time. But if you were to hit up eBay, Unfortunately, one of them could ride you up to $100. They are actually very expensive. I would say wait for a good deal if you don't want it. I mean, need it right away. So yeah, so that's my review, and please don't hesitate to ask any questions, concerns you have about these figures. Um, Also, I would like to find out from you guys, like, what you guys thought of these figures. So please like and comment, and also at the end of the video, please hit subscribe if you enjoyed them. And as always, thanks for watching, and have a great day. And unfortunately, I have the grim task of putting the armor back on these figures to put them back on display. But yeah, it's all the while worth it if you guys enjoyed my review. Thank you and have a great day.